animal companion.
Thanks, Snake Eyes. Any more friends with good advice?
Ninjas are everywhere, Kaya. Isn't that right, Storm Shadow?
Oh, Storm Shadow!
Watch your feet. Don't blink. He slices and dices.
So many ways to win. And now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Animal companion!
Hey everybody, what's going on? What's up? It's for the Tuesday dev stream. Whoa, I'm trying to make sure I can hear audio and sound, but I hope y'all can hear us. Thanks for bearing with us here. Anyways, welcome to the Tuesday dev stream. My name is Win Ann. I'm better known as White Sheepy, and I have a special guest today. It's Steven. Steven,
Hello.
I don't know if you want to introduce yourself and say what's up.
I'm Steven.
I mean,
And what do I do?
yes.
Not much. No, I do effects animation mostly on Brawlhalla, so that's one of the things we'll be talking about today.
Oh, yes, for sure. I want to say hello to the chat real quick because I see all y'all in chat saying hello. Shout outs to our mods, of course, Sor, Hongana, and Rico, and so many more that I keep missing. How are y'all doing? I'm glad that you can hear us. Thanks for letting us know what's up. Hello, Pixto BH1.
Somebody says I missed the tournament. I watched it, dude.
Ooh.
From my bed. It was actually awesome.
Yeah,
that
Omen
way.
Oasis. Yo, you missed out. You missed the tournament. Hey.
On the TV in my bed. That was honestly optimal viewing of Omen Oasis.
Hello, let's see, David the Superior Kenka. I'm trying to. Oh, someone noticed your Goosebumps shirt. I was just telling Steven earlier about his Goosebumps shirts, and I was like, dude, that's really cool. They got the tie dye and everything. Oh my gosh, thank you for so much love. Thank you, y'all. Okay, so before we get into the kind of like behind the scenes, that's what we're doing today, chat. If y'all didn't read the title or whatever, we're gonna go kind of behind the scenes and kind of like talk about some of the really cool effects animations that Steven has worked on for our G.I. Joe epic crossover. But before we get to that, I kind of want to talk about that trailer animation for a hot sec, because
Yes.
I know you didn't work on it, but boy,
No, I didn't.
there's plenty of things I'm sure you can talk about or tell us about with the trailer animation and just kind of like little details maybe you notice, or maybe we can just gush about it. Hey, let me just say, it's awesome.
There are some times when I get to experience Brawlhalla content just as a fan, such as Omen Oasis this weekend in my bed, dude. It was so nice. But also that trailer, I didn't see it until like a day before you guys saw it, and it was hilarious. We were like busting up. We were like, oh my God, this came out so good. The only thing I knew about it beforehand was we always talk about like, okay, we need to do some sort of animated teaser. We like doing animated stuff because that's what we like to do.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. Yeah.
We'll take any excuse to animate something.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
And it was like, Dave, the art director of Brawlhalla, very early on was just like, we should do a PSA, like old school style, like the G.I. Joe, at the end of the G.I. Joe episodes. And everybody's like, yeah, well, that's the idea. That's
I think everyone was on board. He like pitched it and we're like, yeah, that makes the most perfect sense. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't know how they were gonna do it, but I was like, that is the right direction, and they just like went off. And dude, the Hattori reveal at the end, that got me. I saw Storm Shadow. Once Snake Eyes came out, I saw Storm Shadow coming, but I didn't see Hattori coming.
Hattori coming.
She came out
at
of nowhere.
The end, and like she was like hiding behind Bodvar. Like she was pretending to be Bodvar, right? Oh my gosh. And I love Kaya and all the whole animal companion like stuff going on. You can see the trailer behind us.
Wait,
right
did you
over here.
voice Kaya?
No, I did not
What
voice
the heck?
Kaya. I
Everybody,
think
see, that's how little I know. Everybody was saying that, and I was like, yeah.
I can confirm here. Thank you so much, y'all, for your love. But I did not voice Kaya. I would have very much have liked to, but we had someone else who was perfect for the role. She actually works with Team Audio, which is a company we work with and love, and she actually voiced Kaya also in the Welcome to Brawlhalla trailer.
Oh, okay.
Kaya has like a
that
little
makes sense.
giggle.
Did she also voice Bodvar? JK.
I
no,
know.
I
was like, oh no,
She's
I don't
got
think
some
so.
range.
I don't think so.
She's got some range, for sure.
But yeah, I love how it turned out. Like literally, I'm kind of like, listening in on like the process and what's going on, but I didn't really, fully like pay attention to what happened. But I definitely know like what you were saying. Dave just literally said PSA style, just like the old school you know, like G.I. Joe episodes, and then boom, this is what it looks like. And I'm getting confirmation that her name is Kat. The voice actor for Kaya her name is Kat. It's at Jelfish on Instagram or Twitter, one of those. Maybe Instagram? Okay, that's what production's telling me. At Jelfish on Instagram if you want to follow her work and stuff like that. But yeah, I love how everything like turned out. Just the way the script worked as well. And just, honestly, the animation is just banging. I'm like looking at it. I know it's like behind me right now. The animation is stellar. Just the way everything works. Yeah, you see this? We're just pointing right here.
I won't do the flip. I can't do a front flip.
You sure you don't want to flip over the couch? You know, you'd be like Snake Eyes, and then you flip over, and you're like,
I would
I'm
like
here.
I would like destroy this whole studio if I did a flip and my back. So we'll avoid that at all costs. I
and
think.
I love that Timber is there. Can we talk about little Timber just hanging out besides, you know, Kaya as this whole trailer's going on? Anyways, we're just pretty much gushing about the trailer animation because it's always fun when we get to create these like animations for all of our different reveals that we have, and just kind of having that process, that brainstorming of like putting it together, having an idea, and then seeing it come to life. But we also got a couple more things that we can show and talk about, Steven.
Yes, we do. We have some production art, so things that we did in the process of making the final assets that you guys see in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can get into some of that stuff.
We got a lot of different. I have like a little whole button deck here that I can use.
Careful. There's some buttons I know you shouldn't push. I remember. Okay.
Chat, you know I like to push buttons, so I got a lot of buttons to push. But yes, we have a lot of different like, I guess, sketches and animations throughout the process, right?
Let's talk about the first step of the process.
Okay, yes,
we get a crossover, right? And the first thing we do, you know, because you just scheduled a meeting and I have to be there at a certain time. I have to wake up or whatever. And the meeting is about, all right, what legend are we putting these characters on, right? So that's the first, like, design is all about problem solving, and that's the first problem we have to solve is, like, what legend is this character going to go on? And at first, we talked about like maybe Jiro for Snake Eyes because it's like, I mean, obvious, dude. Like ninja. I mean, it was too obvious for me, okay? But I looked at Snake Eyes. I was looking at pictures of him. I was like, every picture he's holding a gun and a sword. Do we have a sword gun legend? This happens often where I'm like, oh, do you know what would be really good? A hammer sword legend. Oh, wait, that's the first one we ever made. Like, I'll just forget who they are. And so I was like, sword gun, perfect. We probably have one of those. Who is it? And I was like, no! It's Thatch! How are we going to put a ninja on Thatch, dude? He's such a goober. But it started to make sense as soon as, like, the first idea, I think we usually look for, like, we'll call, like, a signature swap, like, S tier. We'll be like, okay, this is, like, this is such a good fit. It, like, almost demands that we do this. And I pitched like, all right. So I said Thatch, and everybody was like, "Boo! You're an idiot!"
Boo. No. We didn't say boo.
Everyone booed, dude.
We did not boo you. We were
it
like,
was
wait a
awful.
minute. No,
but
we said let's talk about it.
They were like, well, what will you do for cannonballs? And I was like, grenades. And then everybody's like, actually, let's do Thatch. And that was basically the idea that kind of sold the whole package.
Yeah, let me see if I can play this clip here. So
what is this one?
This is literally your sketch.
Yeah, I did this. Because here's the thing. When you're like, pictures are everything, all right? And so I could say we're going to do grenades, and then people were like, well, how would we do it? And I don't even want to have them ask me that question. I just don't want to deal with it. So I just draw it as fast as possible. I do this little rough sketch. And you know, there's so much startup on this move. I was wondering if there's going to be enough time to, like, pull out the grenades and see. There's so much startup on this move. This is actually, like, shorter than the actual min charge of the move, I think. But, yeah, so this is just a quick mock-up to, like, sell the idea. I had this idea that his gun would still be there when he's holding the grenade, so you knew it was like a blaster's move.
Right.
I was like, okay, and he's kind of tactical, so he could have, like, some sort of strap that the guns come off of. And I remember when I was doing research on Snake Eyes, I found like an action figure is like one of those really like expensive ones.
Okay.
And he just had like 6 guns strapped to his body. And I was like, okay, that's the vibe. He's
That's
like,
the vibe.
he's like shooting a gun. He pulls out a shotgun. He's throwing grenades. He's got
Yeah.
gadgets. He's very tactical. He's like switching between things. So like this first initial sketch kind of like set a lot of the tone for how the kit would go.
Yeah, there was a lot of problem solving to be had, like you mentioned, like how when he takes out the grenades, where does his gun go, and
Right.
you know, figuring out if that works within a lot of timing, the lot of like the timing that is allotted. Excuse me, that's what I meant. Let me see if I can show the next clip. So yeah, this is like the beginning of the
Dude,
process.
I wish though in the sketch I've got the pins coming out of the grenades, but I think the way the grenades were designed, they didn't have those pins. I miss them though.
You missed them. Oh, what about this? Oh, this is another
Whoa,
mock-up.
right
This is
in my
another
head,
sketch.
dude. This is pretty brutal. Let me get out of the way. Yeah, so then it became like fleshing out the rest of the kit. Initially, it wasn't actually slow-mo?
You want to slow-mo it?
This is slow-mo.
I can make it even slower.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you wanna,
slower-mo, please.
You know, here we go. Oh, yes. Look
Yeah,
at it. Ooh.
rat-a-tat-tat, boom, machine gun burst, 3 shells come out. This was initially, see that?
The
that's
shotgun shell? Is that
No,
what?
that's not a shotgun
What is it?
shell.
What is it? Grenade launcher?
It's a grenade launcher.
Thank you. Tell me.
I was like, oh, sweet. You'll be noob tubing in Brawlhalla. This will be excellent. But then it just kind of like felt like a shotgun blast when we were testing it in game, and there wasn't enough time to really see. We couldn't. You don't play the game in slow-mo, so we couldn't see the grenade thing come out, and so we just made it a shotgun blast. I added like the shell that comes off. That's the big difference.
I see.
Is the shotgun shell.
So there was some problem solving once. Like, here was the mock-up. Here was the idea of,
Yeah.
like, we would like a grenade launcher, but once you really got into it, you figured out, like, wait a minute, we got to kind of tweak it a little bit. So
Well, everyone just kind of thought it was a shotgun, and it felt like a
Okay.
shotgun, and I was like, all right, well, let's lean into that.
Okay.
He could have a shotgun. I know it's maybe not the stealthiest weapon, but whatever. He's like
Why
rat-a-tat-tat
not?
with
Yeah.
machine guns. He's not worried about being quiet.
yeah,
He's just worried about being sneaky.
Snake Eyes also is he's the original commando. He knows how to utilize all sorts of, artillery at his, service there. So he can do shotgun, grenade launcher, what have you.
Yeah, and this move really helped like tell the story of him like hot swapping weapons while in combat. So
Right.
like while you're like mixing in your light attacks and the heavy attacks, it's just like he's always pulling some new gadget out of somewhere and making use of it.
All right, let's see what's the next clip here for you. Ooh, oh.
Oh, that
let's talk
okay.
about
So that's like the
this.
final. That's like the final effects, but just like
Of the last
isolated.
thing we saw, right?
Yeah,
Of
the
sig.
first initial machine gun burst.
Okay.
It took me a bit of time to figure out how to animate this so that it felt like a and I remember one of the most important things for that feeling like you don't have to all these drawings, but like one of the most important things I knew that was going to help carry the story of this move was sound. And I remember the initial sound we got was like a single shot fire, and I was like, it needs to be like a quick, it needs to be as fast as you could get like 3 shots burst.
Very specific. Yeah.
And it was so perfect that like right after that, it was like the sound team nailed it, and it sold the move, and the effects and the sound worked together harmoniously. I love how it came out.
It really did came out so well, just the way everything kind of meshed together. And I love seeing, I'm glad that I guess these were put kind of side to side. I love seeing like your mock-ups, your sketches, and then seeing like what they look like as the final rendering and stuff like that. It's really cool to kind of see that process, that jump.
Yeah, sometimes like you'll do something and on the canvas it'll be working, and then you put it in game and it'll be booty, and you're like, what? Why didn't it work? But because there's backgrounds which have more detail, there's different color and hue contrast you have to deal with all the different colored backgrounds. So
Sounds like a lot you got to pay attention to.
yeah, there's a lot you have to pay
Not
attention
just
to.
making animations, you got to pay attention to a lot of other things.
And then there's like final timing. Like when I did those initial rough sketches, I just like looked at the move and then I animated kind of based on feel to like nail the vibe of the move.
Right.
But then we're locked into certain frame counts. Like there's your hitbox frames, and there's also like physically where you're moving with your hurt box and everything.
Right.
So those are all predetermined based on the base character that we're overriding. So
And we do want to stay, we do our best to really stay within like those hitboxes, those hurt boxes. Literally, we have
yes,
meetings,
I do.
meetings about them. Like we really tried to. All right, let's go to the next clip here where we got. Oh, these are all the sketch. Now this is like way beginning as well. So you see the like sketch mock-up animations. This is like the sketches, the illustrations to see, I guess, what the explosion smoke's gonna look like here.
Yeah, so different starting frames, like you see 2 and 3 there, are like, all right, what's it like if we add some debris from the grenade? Some of the different patterns, like 6, 7, 8, 9, are kind of more. I didn't do these sketches. These were done by Mike, one of our new effects animators. Not Metagame Mike.
Not Metagame Mike, a different Mike.
We are collecting mics. I think we need at least 3 more mics before we're done, all said and done.
Gotta collect all the mics, you know, with different spelling too, with how you spell Mike.
Yeah, so kind of working on like how is the smoke gonna dissipate? You know, like what's the motion path gonna be? And you can see we kind of stuck with this where it kind of dissipates from the center out, which makes sense with the energy, but. This is where those initial ideas come from, is the sketch phase.
Yeah. So I know you kind of sort of explain like 2 and 3 is like the begin. Like, do you want to go through like all the numbers here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you kind of did, but it's
you could probably almost like copy and paste these onto a timeline and have it animate if you picked the right frames.
Oh.
If you did like
the initial.
Yeah, you do
the
3,
burst, the dissipate.
3, 7, 6. 8, 9. If you did them in that order and put it all on 2s, I think it would look pretty good.
It's pretty sweet. I love seeing these sketches too, because you can really see kind of like the process, the movement, of what's kind of happening as far as like the bursts of dissipation and like things like that, and the colors as well. All right. Ooh,
when
what
I
does
said,
it mean? Yo, wait. Chat didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah.
We heard it through our ears. What does it mean when you say put it on 2s?
so in animation, so our game, our animations are 24 frames per second, even though the game runs at 60 frames per second. So like, that's why when you frame through the game, like if you're in training mode, you'll see like the same drawing for a few ticks before it changes to another drawing. Animating on 2s is basically like doing 12 frames per second, so half of the amount of frames. So each drawing is held for twice as long.
Ooh.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Oh, I mean, it makes sense to me because I know I work with y'all.
Well, you work with animators.
I work with y'all, so I understand. But for those who don't know, it is really interesting to kind of hear kind of that data of like things like what does it mean by putting it on 2s, and what does it mean by working on 24 frames, but then your game is running 60 frames per second and things like that. So.
And when I animate, I try to use as few frames as possible when I'm doing my initial animations to save time and make sure I'm not like running too far in the wrong direction. And then you can always go back and in between, which means like you will split up that frame that's being held for 2 drawings into 1, and then you just draw the one that's going to be in between the other ones.
Just like that. I hope the movement helps.
Yeah, the visual helped, I think.
The visuals, right. Okay, so I want to see what our next clip is here. So I'm actually going to push this lovely button. Ooh, you can't. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
Ooh,
okay,
look
cool.
At this.
Yeah, so this, like I was saying, like this is just working out the motion path of how the smoke is going to go.
Oh, look at that dissipation. Love that.
A few different attempts here, and then some different grenade designs. And some color palettes at the bottom. So you see there's a lot of experimentation that goes along with the process. It's not just like one and done. We think about it, and then we look at it, we go,
Yeah, what we're looking at is still all at the very beginning. This is like the beginning process of trying to be like, okay, so we've pitched, let's try to have, snake eyes on Thatch. What does that mean? What does that look like? And so these illustrations and rough animations that y'all are seeing, those are the things that pop up first so that we can visually get that like picture of like, okay, what does it look like coming all together? What does the grenades look like? What about the burst? What about the dissipation? And honestly, on that sketch, on that layout, I love the roughs that are on there of the movement of the smoke. I think it's like such a small detail that maybe some folks might not notice, but it's really cool to also play around and kind of see like how does smoke dissipate? How do we want the grenade smoke to dissipate? As you can kind of see it right there in the middle. I love the different movements that were being experimented here.
Yeah, I think I don't know. The final one is kind of a combination of a few of them, I think.
Yeah,
Some
I think
elements.
so too. And then seeing all the different color palettes, yeah. It's y'all chat. Really, it is a process. This is still the beginning part of it. Like this is where we have to decide how we want to move forward and continue on. Let's check out what we got next here. Ooh. Good question that I am hearing through my ears. How important or the colors as the color palette?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess
Which color palette? Like the color of the lines being animated, or the color palette at the bottom?
the color palette at the bottom. I'm going to say the color palette at the bottom. How important is it to select what your highlights are, what your shadows are, things like that?
It's so important. It's so important. Animation can live or die based on just the colors you pick, to be honest. And you can see there's like some experimenting with like what does the hitbox color look like, which is this one here probably, the
Number 4.
red and yellow, and then it transitions into like the
There you go. There you go.
then the orange, and then into gray. Boom. But the color palette's really important because so colors have like certain relationships to each other. And because we have a bunch of different maps with a bunch of different colors that are all really saturated, we have to like be very careful in how we use the colors with the effects so they pop off the background and they have the right amount of contrast to see the detail. Like you want the shadow color to be dark enough where you can actually tell it's a shadow color. And you can see some effects will look different on different backgrounds because of those color relationships. So that's something we have to pay attention to very closely.
Yeah, it's pretty important actually. So good question from production here, and that's why you see so many different like I guess illustrations or sketches of like all these different colors, and we gotta, like Steven said, play around with it on different maps and how does it all look together. Okay, I'm gonna play the next clip here.
What could it be? Oh!
It's Timber! It's your mock-up of Timber! I love this. When you showed it, and oh my god, when this first appeared, I was like, this is perfect. Perfect, right here.
Yeah, so this one was, so basically Hasbro was like, I remember when Ann said, oh, Hasbro would love it if we could find a way to incorporate Timber, Snake Eyes Wolf into the effects, and I was like, say no more! Don't even have to tell me twice to put a wolf in this battle area, I'm on it. So this was like my first thought. Somehow I came up with this because so Thatch's character animations are all so goofy. He's like this like swashbuckler who's like always kind of like on one foot, or he's got this like really fun movement to him, but it's like so not smooth ninja like. So we knew we were gonna have to override all the character animations. So while we're doing that, I was like, well, if we're going ham anyways, we might as well go all the way and put a wolf in there. And one of the big changes from this initial sketch, because like the part at the end is pretty much similar, where the wolf kind of stops behind him to get that like poster shot of them together. But in the beginning, I had him kind of like as if he was walking, like circling around Snake Eyes. But then I decided they needed to be more like on top of each other, so it blocked less of the play area, and also he was closer to where the attack was coming out, so that you could read him easier on tap, because this animation is timed out to include a little bit of like a charge. But I was really happy with how the final thing turned out. The power slide at the end was totally my Akira moment. You guys remember Akira where he's like, woo, and he's on his motorcycle?
Akira's a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, it is a good movie, and I was totally channeling that for the power slide. Look at this.
Power slide, here we go.
Yeah, power slide poofs out of nowhere. Has to go.
Look, he gotta go somehow. We do a lot of poofs, just
I think he may stay a little bit longer in the final effects than this first mock-up. But this was, once I had this idea, I was like, all right, this kit is really actually coming together pretty well, and it's pretty fun.
I really think, seeing all your different like sketches and mock-ups when they were posted and came about, I think that really did sell us on like, okay, wait a minute. A ninja on a pirate. I think we can make this work. Wait a minute. I think we can make it work. So it was really fun. Because
in the very beginning, we actually kind of went off. There might be some animations in here that show some of the Jiro pitches, but we kind of like, I was like off on this like Thatch camp where I'm like, I can make Thatch. It's gonna be Thatch, okay? It's Thatch all day, baby. Thatch.
Thatch.
And then everybody else is like, oh, but I think Jiro might just work though. And so like we kind of like divulged into like two different paths, and I was like, I'll put a wolf everywhere. And I was just trying to win my idea. I was like, I believed in Thatch. And the thing is, like, when we're designing this stuff, we really just have to try to follow, like, the fun. Because the more excited and the more, like, fun we have when we're making it, the more that's going to translate to the audience, I believe.
I truly believe that, too.
We were like, when this kit started to come together and get fleshed out, we were like, okay, this is pretty fun. And yeah.
I think it's so true what you said, yes.
Once we got it working in game, too, it was just, like, every time.
Oh, yes.
We just had more and more fun. So many laughs, play testing.
Yes.
So
Yes. To see literally the wolf come out, the grenades, instead of cannonballs, it's really great. And seriously,
the wolf instead of cannonballs?
No. I'm
That
saying,
is went in. If I could have a redo, he would be like, oh, oh. Two dogs.
Not what I meant, but okay, sure.
A fistful of
let's do it.
puppies?
We love.
I don't know, Winan.
We love puppies.
We should switch jobs, Winan,
Wait.
because that's a pretty good idea.
We love puppies. I just know that. Look, I love your little sketch here of Timber as well. This little illustration. There you go, the top left. It's
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
I remember sending that to Hasbro. I sent it to Rich. Some people in chat may know who Rich is. Rich was actually on our stream as well as a special guest. He's the content manager at Hasbro. I sent that to Rich, and he was like, yes, like, wow, y'all did it. Like, he was like so happy, and that's what he talked about too in that interview, was that he was actually very thrilled that we were able to incorporate Timber. So good job, Steven.
I mean, they handed us a slam dunk concept, right? They're like, can you guys make us a ninja that also uses guns and fights with a pet wolf? And I'm like, that's a great idea for a character regardless of anything. That's just a good aesthetic. Let's go. That's genius.
Genius.
I won't fight that, dude.
Okay, let me see what's the next clip here, what we got.
Oh, so this is from the Jiro pitch.
This is the Jiro pitch.
But you can see the, well, we'll watch it here for a second. Wow, such cool swooshes.
I
So
love
these
the
weren't done by
swooshes.
me. These were done by Christian. If you guys are big BH fans and you follow everything we do, you'll know him from some of the charity streams.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. He's also an amazing effects animator.
Yes, amazing.
One of the best ever. Honestly, GOAT potential. But
Yes.
he whipped this up, and I was like, dang, I would have never made swooshes look that cool. Like, he's just, like, slashing, but they have so much energy, and they're awesome. But you'll notice, like,
Yeah,
this
the
was very
movement on it.
similar to the final aesthetic of Snake Eye's swooshes, except for he added more sparks and stuff. So he kind of went more ham on the sparks, but a lot of the shape language he was developing here made it into the final version. So this was not for nothing. But I was like, get this pitch out of here. We're going with that, baby.
No, Jiro, no, stop it.
We
stop
got
it,
enough
Brawl
Jiro
boy.
crossovers. We do try, listen, everybody, we try to spread the crossovers throughout, like, different legends and stuff. But sometimes it's impossible, dude. Sometimes it's
it
impossible.
gets hard. I will agree with you that, we're always looking for, like,
The
that
best fit.
S tier. Yeah, S tier fit. That is our, like, motto. Like, if there is a crossover that can fit amazingly, it just makes perfect sense on a specific legend, and it's an S tier, we go with it.
Yeah.
But we do try to, we definitely talk about it. Try to, like, fit other crossovers on legends that may not have, epic crossovers quite yet. And I love that the fact that we got one on Thatch. We got one on Thatch.
That was a part of my pitch. I was like, when are we going to have a chance again to use this goofy character?
Right. I mean, and you're right. I love. Okay, seriously, the swooshes here, all these like
It's
slashes,
so cool.
the movement, the language, the shape language in this is so good. We're kind of nerding out here.
It feels like
it's so
he's slashing
good.
twice as much. It's so...
Right.
One of the hardest things to animate in general, but especially in effects, is like speed. Like to make something look really fast. Because we're animating at 24 frames per second, there's like tricks you have to do to make it look like it's faster than what the frames would allow you to even animate, like, like a ball moving this fast. Or like you'd have to do like a smear in one frame to make it look like it's going really
Like
fast.
it's
So
zooming.
There's like a big respect I have for people who can animate speed really well, and Christian is one of them. He's like so
Fantastic.
good at animating things that feel really powerful. Like he did
I agree.
he did the effects for Ryu, and like on the ground when like when he does the Shoryuken
Yeah.
and then like the ground breaks and everything. I'm like, dude, this is like the most powerful Shoryuken that's ever existed. What the heck?
Yeah, a lot of love. Honestly, to our effects animators. I mean, y'all are fantastic. I'm gonna go see. I don't know how many sketches we got, but let's see what's the next one. Is this another Jiro one? Or no, it's not.
This is the first pass
not.
for the. You could. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Yeah, first pass for the down signature on Sword, as you can see. Pretty similar to the final effects, just like more sparks and then like a color change. Added more of a yellow hue to the edge color on the effects so they pop off of different colored backgrounds. But sometimes we'll animate things like basically in black and white just to simplify the process, knowing we can color swap things later and figure out the layering and the details and stuff before we worry about exact colors.
Right. Yeah. I love that we got some of the swooshes. Like we can see some of these sketches on Brawl Boy. Brawl Boy is our little dummy rig.
I was gonna say we should explain Brawl Boy. We were
should
looking
explain.
at this weirdo.
Yeah, I was like, we should explain who Brawl Boy is for those who don't know. It's okay. It's okay if you don't know. This is Brawl Boy. Okay, Brawl Boy is actually our like dummy placeholder.
He's not a dummy.
character.
Come on.
He's our placeholder, like character, skin, whatever you want to call it. When we are trying to play around with things, hook things up and rig things up into the game to see how they look and how they may work. And so this is Brawl Boy. He looks like this. It's a rig for those who want to know, like a skeletal rig. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, he's made of a bunch of pieces. Each
Yeah.
piece gets swapped with like a corresponding costume part from the final skin. So when we're working in our files, we usually just see this ugly mug. Unfortunately.
Someone in chat saying, "Don't insult Brawl Boy. We love Brawl Boy."
I know people are always
we
like,
love-
"Put Brawl Boy in the game."
we love
No,
Brawl Boy.
dude,
We love
never, never.
Okay,
Get over it.
Let's see
too.
what the next clip here is. You heard it here. Steven said no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no.
Steven's word is.
We all
he
they
said
would put
no.
him in if it weren't for me, so blame me.
Let's
Here,
talk
yeah.
about this.
So this is just this is when we Thatch Snake Eyes crossover involved a lot of collaboration with the character animation team because so I do effects and then the character animation is a different team usually, and even though I did some roughs for the character animations, this is when I handed it off to Mike, metagame Mike, other Mike. We need more mics though.
We need more. We're
If your name is Mike and you want to work on Brawlhalla, I don't know how you do that, but yeah. So this is like his first rough, kind of translating some of the stuff I had going in my animations, but more on model with the character proportions, and then more timed out with the actual startup frames of the move and everything, and then figuring out maybe a little simpler thing to do with the gun swinging around. I kind of went crazy with it, so this worked out pretty nicely.
It worked
here.
out, yeah. And to kind of further clarify, yes, we have effects animators and then character animators, and so right now this is the sketch you're seeing. The focus is actually on the character animation, which is why you can see the little sketch right there and how that would work. Because if you play Thatch and you do his down blasters, you will notice that the animation is slightly different from Snake Eyes when he does his down blasters. Let's go to the next one here. Ooh, another one.
Okay,
Oh.
so this one, you still see the shark in there, but this is where Mike was playing around with, because Thatch is, he has so much personality in all of his moves. It actually made him obnoxious to work with because he's so specifically animated to being like this goofy pirate. Like when he does this move normally, he's like, whoa, I'm up on 1 foot. I lost control of myself there. I'm such a goofy swashbuckler. But we can't have that for like a cool, too cool for school ninja like Snake Eyes. So this is him playing around with like, what's like a more ninjutsu type slash? And he did this two-handed slash, which I thought worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Beautiful. Yeah, just like that. Let's go. Let me see if they have another one. I want to see your timber. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
There it is. I was like, I
Oh.
want to see the timber. Okay, so there you go. There's that back to back. Here's the timber. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, so this with, cause Thatch has really iconic effects like for the charge of this move, so there needs to be something there, and so I added this wind that's blowing over him. Woo! And then so this one, we went through like a few iterations of this one. I think we might have some of the other ones in here. This is kind of the base animation for the final one, so just the silhouette of the snow without all the details and stuff. But like I said, Hasbro was like, "Hey, we like the timber," and I was like, "All right, one more. Let's
One
go.
more.
Let's
Can we get one
more?
more
Can we
in?"
get him in again?" And yeah, so I pitched a couple of ideas. This was like the final iteration, but had it become snow because I thought that it would work well because the shark is made out of water, the wolf is made out of snow, and then they're both liquid states of water. I don't know, dude. I thought it was poetry.
No, it was good. It was good poetry because in the background lore story of G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes found Timber and like rescued him in a sense in the snowy mountains.
Yeah, I don't overthink things. Whenever I looked up Timber, it was always Snake Eyes and Timber like hanging out in the snow. And I think Snake Eyes has like a cabin in the
Yes,
snow
he
that Timber
does.
protects. And so
Yeah.
I was like, he's a wolf, snow, wolf, Snow.
There it is.
And Christian was already animating some snow for Storm Shadow, and I like drawing snow really a lot, and I was jealous. So I was like, I'll do wolf and snow. And so I kind of copied a little bit of his snow.
And I just love that we were able to see the back-to-back where you originally saw the shark in the last clip, which I think I can actually do. So you see the shark in the last clip and saw how that looked like, and then we go to the next clip and you see instead we have swapped that over to a snow version of Timber, at least a silhouette. So I love it. I love seeing that kind of process and seeing that, before and after. What's our next clip? Oh, this is Storm Shadow now. Oh, we switching over to Storm Shadow sketches now. Woo!
Yeah, so you see there that, Christian added that snow that made me so jealous. I was like, oh, that looks like fun, dude. I want to animate some of that. And then, like, this wind arrow, it's not exactly the final arrow, but he's playing around with, like, this snow cool theme for Storm Shadow. Because, again, they're like, isn't their temple or whatever where they're from? It's in, like, the snow. It's in, like, a snowy mountain.
Yeah, it's on a mountain, yeah.
Snow, guys, okay?
Snow, animating snow. I just love the added little snow that like falls after he shoots the arrow and the wind swooshes here.
It was such a good
Just that
touch
movement.
because it does make the shot feel a bit more powerful or something. Because a lot of times with effects, it's at its best when it's supporting character actions. And so like as the hand comes off, the snow bursts up. I don't know. I thought it worked really well. I would have never thought of that, but it was a nice touch. And
Really nice touch, yeah. Little details. We're telling you about the little details that y'all might miss, and it really makes it look so great.
oh, people saying I need that bow skin, dude. That's just no. You're not getting that either. Okay,
That's
you're not
the
getting Brawl Boy.
placeholder bow skin, y'all.
That's just like.
It's our rig. That's hilarious.
I think that bow skin is actually like I think it was made out of like 2 swords or something. Like from some old assets. from
Little
way long ago.
backstory about that, yeah. And then here we go.
Oh,
Wait.
My fault.
It's okay. We'll get
Wait.
to the big screen in just a second.
Oh, wrong
my
way.
goodness.
Hold on.
Steven, wait.
I
Oh,
was
no.
gonna-
Oh, that faded.
The fade in.
Reduction.
And then some of this here. Yeah, playing around with like swirling, like frozen wind on these slashes, just like adding a little flair to them.
I love that swirl. Oh, my goodness. That way it dissipates.
I know.
Holy
Christian's
cow.
so good at like making swooshes look cool, which is literally the hardest thing. We call it like a swoosh is like anytime you're like slashing and it leaves like a trail that helps sell how fast you just swung your weapon. And they're the hardest thing to make look cool on their own right. And Christian is literally the best in the world at it, I think.
Christian is
So,
very talented. At
I'm trying to
making these
learn,
swooshes.
but honestly, I'll just outsource it to Christian. I'll be like, I need a
Outsource
really cool swoosh, bro. Please help me out.
Let me see. Someone in chat is asking, they know that you don't have any social, but do you have a portfolio of your art that they can
No.
look at?
No, sorry.
You want to see a portfolio of his art, of his animation? Go
Play
play
Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla. Play
That's
Brawlhalla.
about it.
It's all
No.
in there.
I don't,
It's in there.
and I never will.
Hey, Steven's choice. Okay. Ooh, what is this?
Oh,
I
so
haven't
this
seen this one.
This was Sarah did this. I was having a trouble with there was a time in which I was trying to get like a full wolf head in for the neutral sword for Snake Eyes. And so she animated this howl that I really liked, and I didn't end up using it. So I feel bad because she did it. I was like, Sarah, I'm struggling with this animation. Please help me out, because we're always. That's what I love about our team is everybody is. I don't know. We collaborate a lot, and I thought the world deserves to see this. I thought it was cool, but I didn't use it.
Yeah.
But actually,
There you go.
the final the snow wolf that ended up being there, Sarah also did the rough for that. So.
Hey, it works out. But
gets a
I
lot of
do
credit.
like this idea that y'all kind of tossed
I
around.
know.
with the
Some people
wolf
like
howling.
it better than what's in there. I don't know what to do, guys. I had to make a decision. I wanted to draw snow, so I got to be
Snow.
satisfied at the end of the day. I wanted to draw snow.
I mean, honestly, I think they both look fantastic. Both options, the howl and the snow. Plus, there's a lot that goes into. Besides it looking cool and looking great, we also have to think about like the timing and is it translating well, and is it fitting the
Yeah.
hit boxes? Like it's a lot more decision making than just man. I really want to draw and
Right.
animate snow.
I was struggling to find a way to make the wolf disappear. The big head. I was like, where does it go? And how does it get there? And the snow was just more easy to conceive of it like crumbling into pieces. So I went with that. Sometimes you got to strike where the iron's hot.
Sometimes you gotta do what
But
you
there'll
gotta do.
be, I think there's another. Okay, so this is like one of the initial roughs. So I did like a sketch of the wolf. It's so stupid, my sketch in the background. I was like, look at this ugly wolf head. And then Sarah's like, actually, what if you did the whole wolf? And she had this cool little flip with the tail. And I don't know, there's something about this I really liked. And I basically cleaned it up a little bit and rotoscoped it for the final.
So yeah, this is the silhouette you're seeing. This movement of the wolf's
yeah,
body.
fairly close. Some minor tweaks, but pretty close. This was like, I don't know. I just liked this one. I thought it had a lot of character to it. And I thought seeing the full wolf was cool. I don't know.
No, it is. It's totally cool. And for those who don't know, Sarah is another one of our effects animators as well.
Yeah, she's very powerful.
Very powerful.
And so
yes.
I'm like, Sarah, I need help. But then she's so quick.
Very powerful. Oh my God, can she rough things out so?
I know.
She's very powerful.
I know.
Very powerful indeed. But yeah, it's really cool to see that. Yeah, if you can see behind this little sketch is what you were working on when you were trying to make that wolf howl work, and then it became into this lovely full wolf.
Yeah, the
here.
wolf was like, it was like made out of the energy type of like the sparks that Christian was doing, but I just couldn't get it to feel right. I couldn't do it.
Steve, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
couldn't
What
do
ends
it.
up happening is so
I couldn't
fantastic.
do
Steven,
it.
it's okay. Your work is fantastic. Chat. His work is still fantastic. Chat. It's okay, Steven. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, Steven. We still love the snow. We still
go back
love
to these drawings.
we still love the whole wolf silhouette that popped out. It is okay. Real quick, someone is asking, who's your favorite legend?
Reno.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Well, I knew the answer.
Oh, wow. I didn't even have to think about it. Reno.
No.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Reno's the best. Dude, from design aesthetic for like the skin and then like the signature effects and everything, it all came together so perfectly. And he's also really fun to play. And I love westerns and cowboys.
Western and
I feel like it was a
cowboys?
really kind of unique, like Brawlhalla take on the genre. I don't know. I loved it. I love Reno. Okay.
Yeah, no,
He came
Reno's
from
great.
one day. Rachel was doing one of our illustrators. She was doing a sketch of like a bug cowboy, and this is back in the before time, the long ago.
This is long ago.
And I walked past her desk because we were all working in the office, and I was like, what's this? And she was like, oh, this is an idea I had for a character. And I like started jumping up and down, and then everybody, this used to happen all the time, but then everybody gathered around the desk and
Yep.
was like, this is awesome. And I was like, we have to make this character. And the people were like, well, what is it? I'm like, it's a bug cowboy.
Bug
You know what it
cowboy.
is. We know what it is. Let's make it.
Yeah.
And eventually, when
And then it happened.
and then it happened.
And then
we
it became
needed,
to
like,
be.
we were like, what's our next legend? And I was always like, Bug Cowboy, Rachel sketch, please. Can we make it?
Bug Cowboy? No, seriously, her sketch was super cool. I also want to quickly say there was a lot of love sent to you in chat. I know you might have missed it, chat. I don't know if you want to spam it again, but everyone said in chat that your work is amazing, Steven. Steven, you should really consider putting a art portfolio out there so people can see and enjoy your work, your animation. A lot of people said your work is fantastic and amazing. They love you. They also said that Reno, good answer. That's a good answer for a favorite legend. Okay, see, a lot of
Yeah.
people support Steven here. Okay,
I just don't feel like.
see, look at that. We
putting my
love
work
you, Steven. Look
anywhere.
at Steven. Good. Your work is amazing. We love
Thank
you. We
you,
have chat
guys.
over on the corner here so we can see what y'all are saying.
You guys are too nice.
Steven, please, I want to like your art and study it. Look at that, Steven. Come on.
Yeah. One thing. Okay,
Consider
so one
an
thing I
art
like
portfolio
about
online.
one of my favorite things about working on Brawlhalla is like when I go on the subreddit and I see all the fan art people make, it really does make me emotional sometimes because when I was a kid, all I did, I loved like cartoons and video games and comics and stuff, and so I was drawing all the time. And the fact that Brawlhalla in any way inspires people to make art, and then that's gonna, like, drawing is the best superpower you can ever gain. Let me tell you what, because it translates to everything. Because it changes, like, it makes you able to visualize things better. And the fact that people are inspired to draw because of the game is like a great honor. And so if people, I don't know.
People are loving you. They're just sending you love right now.
If people wanted to see my work and it would inspire, I just don't have energy for that, dude.
They
I want to
see
lay in
your
my bed and
work.
watch Omen Oasis clips, bro.
But I think there's truth. Definitely, I totally agree with what you said. Like, seeing y'all's fan art, whether it's on Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, where have you, it's like truly an honor to like see that y'all love something so much.
And they're so talented too.
Yeah, and that you had to illustrate it. Oh, even some of them they do animate. There's like some little animations out there too. So it's like or other art forms. I've seen clay. I've seen so many things. So it's just like it's truly an honor to like see like the work that has been put in come into life, into like, fan art and stuff like that.
I swear there are some fan artists who've made more Brawlhalla art than I have. That's actually 100% got to be true. That has to be true, and which is insane. And
Maybe,
the fact that I don't know, the fact that it gets people drawing, I think is a good thing. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we love y'all. It's what we're trying to say. We're trying to send y'all some love.
But don't expect me to make a Etsy or whatever.
No,
I don't even know.
Oh,
that was the last one.
That was the last one. So, okay, yeah. So we got 10 minutes left. So chat, 10 minutes. We can do a little bit of Q&A here if you guys have any questions for Steven, his process, maybe his like
there's one.
career.
Hey, Steven, do you like Mordex? Yes or no? That is a double-edged sword because I liked working on Mordex. I thought he had a cool aesthetic. I was happy with some of the effects I made for him. But do I like playing against him in ranked? Yikes. Not usually.
Honest
Not
answer
always.
here. Honest
but
answer.
the thing is, this is not to be a diss, but I'm not skipping this one, Toast. There are so many Mordexes out there. I always go in thinking like, this guy's a chump. This guy thinks he can just pick up Mordex and beat me? No way. But a lot of times they do, so I don't know.
Hey, look, honest question. I saw someone ask this, and I love hearing your story. How did you get into BMG? Like, how did that happen?
Basically, I went to SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design, and I moved to Atlanta because there was multiple animation studios here. And I met with an advisor, my career advisor. I was like, yo, oh my gosh, I've got bills coming down. And they're crazy, dude. You work here. These bills are crazy. Can I have a job somewhere? And he was like, I like you. I like the cut of your jib. I'm going to help you out. And he knew of this local studio that was very small that only did 2D animation. That's all I cared about. I don't like 3D animation. Not that I don't like it. I don't like doing it.
You don't want to, yeah.
I hate pushing buttons. That's why I was like,
That's why I'm
push
pushing the buttons.
I like to draw on a canvas. So when I found out BMG's motto was long live 2D, I was like, yes, that's ride or die. Let's go. I met with the team in an interview, showed them my work. I had a portfolio then. Now I don't know where it is, but yeah, basically it went like that. I just had an interview. I didn't know anything about Brawlhalla before I started. They had just barely, I think, come out of, this is like 6 years ago or so. They had just barely come out of closed beta, maybe. I think Ember was the newest character in the game. Yeah, so I went to school for art. You don't have to go to school for art, honestly. All the information's online. I needed to because I need to learn in person because otherwise I would just lay in bed and watch Omen Oasis.
Omen Oasis. Dude. Let's go back to watching Omen Oasis.
I would just lay in bed.
I think a question that I saw was like, how did you, I guess, not learn art, but like before you went to SCAD, like what got you into just drawing anyways? I think
my sister taught me how to draw when I was 3 years old. I think she was like, let me show you something. You can take a crayon on this paper and blop. And then within like minutes, I was lapping her. I just had like an affinity for it. I spent so much of my time as a kid drawing, like all the time. I always had sketchbooks. I was always making up my own characters that were like, basically, I would like make a character that was like Stitch but yellow, and I'm like, it's not Stitch, it's Hitch, okay? This is my own character.
God, that's so cute.
I'd have like OCs that were just barely not a character that already existed. And that's why I think like people who do fan art, I'm like, you guys are gonna be such powerful artists because it gets you drawing. You're like, I don't know, you're just producing, just draw.
Just draw,
like,
apparently.
Anything you do, you're gonna get better at. And so if you draw a bunch, you're just gonna keep getting better at it. And if you enjoy it, that'll keep you into it. And I don't know, I just drew a lot when I was a kid.
So that's what kind of just led you to kind of pave the way to you
well,
all the way to this career that you have.
I think I grew up in the best time ever for cartoons because when I was a kid, there was no original programming on Cartoon Network, but it existed, and all they had was Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and old MGM shorts and stuff. And I remember I saw the Looney Tunes short Duck Amuck, and that's the one where like Daffy Duck is getting like messed with the whole time. He's getting like redrawn.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it like zooms out and it's like Bugs Bunny's the animator. And he's like, "Ain't I a stinker?" And I was like, I want to be a stinker, dude. People make this stuff. And that's like the thing that let me know, like, oh, people make these things. I want to be one of the people who make the cartoons. So I don't know. I just loved cartoons as a kid.
I too very much love cartoons and like 2D animation, so I'm happy as well just getting to work like alongside y'all and just kind of seeing that process. Okay, a couple more questions here that I saw were what in your opinion and the work that you've done, what was the hardest legend to work on, to create?
Oh, the first one I worked on?
What was the first one?
Koji.
Koji was the first one
I did
you worked
one
on.
move. It took me like a week and a half or something to do like the stupidest thing. I only did the side sword on Koji. And it took me forever. It took me forever just to get the. It was so.
So literally, your
stupid.
first legend was considered your hardest.
Yes.
No other legend, but beyond that. Now you've been working for a while.
That one swoosh was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Okay. Let's see here. Have you drawn Brawlhalla Legends in another cartoon style? Or vice versa? Maybe your own style. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but draw them in my own style whenever I draw them. So, yeah. Whenever I draw them, they look different.
How would you explain your style? Because obviously they don't. They don't.
How
see
would
it.
how would I explain my style?
I guess I was like they don't know what your style is. I've seen some of your sketches.
It's pretty bold. It's pretty brash. It's no, I don't know.
I think it could be very bold, I guess.
It is
very unique.
You know, people get the whole thing about art style. People get really like obsessed with like, oh, I got to develop a style. And what I'm telling you is to relax because it's literally impossible not to have a style. I think Stan Lee said that your art style is everything you do wrong in drawing, and there's something to that, I guess. But I don't know. Oh no. Oh my gosh! If you see what's going on behind, this is like my nightmare,
Production
dude.
is
Don't make
currently
me do
in the
it.
back, literally like right
Oh
behind
my
the camera. Production is coming out with a blank. What is going on here? Are you drawing your art style,
Dude.
Steven? Steven.
With a silver Sharpie?
Steven.
This is the worst thing.
Come on, chat.
Dude, when I did my
draw your
I'm
favorite
having
legend in your art
flashbacks.
style.
When I did my thank you.
We're putting him on the spot, chat, y'all. You know,
Oh, thanks.
everyone's coming out.
Look at, dude. This is a big
Oh my
production we
God.
have here. We've got Crayola, bro. Yellow, orange paint.
Everyone literally just came out and just started giving markers to Steven. Y'all know, chat. Okay. So Steven, go ahead and draw whatever you want in your own style, whatever that means, or you could draw your own favorite, Brawlhalla legend in your own style. But Steven's gonna be currently doodling here.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, dude.
Well, we were trying to talk about what is your art style, and people were really curious.
It's
because,
dumb. My art style's dumb.
No,
I'll admit it.
it's not. Everyone's no. His art style, I think, is very cool.
The best?
I think it can be very bold. It's very unique. I think it's very unique because I've seen him draw different things. I can't remember if I saw a Brawlhalla legend. I've definitely seen you draw and sketch things in your own style, even like pitches for like new legends and things like that. And I think it's very, very unique. It's very bold. There's like a lot of I believe, chat, I have an update for y'all. I believe he is drawing Bodvar in his own style.
You don't know that yet.
I'm
You don't know anything.
You're right. I don't know.
You don't know anything with it. This could be anybody.
It could be anyone. It's definitely someone with a mustache, chat.
Yeah, think about
Chat.
it.
Chat, it's definitely someone
Onyx?
with a mustache. Look, wait, the camera's trying to see. I'm trying to help the camera here. The camera's trying to get it. I guess, chat, y'all won't be able to see it till the very end here, but he's drawing. He's literally doodling right now.
I think I messed that up.
I really think it looks like Bodvar, chat. I'm just gonna put that one out there. It does look a little bit like Bodvar. Ooh, we can see his fingers here. You can see a little smidge of that mustache. You can't see much.
Oh, yeah, teaser.
A little tease there.
How does his thing look?
His
Oh,
crown?
no.
His crown looks
Oh,
like that.
no.
His crown looks like that. Look up right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the crown.
Oh, yes.
His
I'm
crown looks
cheating.
like that. He was asking what does his crown looks like.
No, I remember what his crown looks like. Come
Someone's
on, dude.
asking what my favorite legend is. It's Kaya.
Professional.
Kaya currently is my favorite
Well, that's why I
legend.
thought you were the voice of Kaya.
I know.
How do we miss
I
that
know.
opportunity?
Well, no, I definitely asked, but you know.
Oh, that's even worse,
Look,
dude.
things
You
happen,
asked?
and
Oh
we
my
did find. No,
gosh.
but the thing is that we found a perfect
Dude, I messed
match.
this up.
You're okay. Just draw. You're doing great. Chat. Give Steven your love. You're doing great, Steven. No peer pressure here. Yeah. So long story short, my favorite legend currently is still Kaya. I still love playing her and her personality and stuff. But honestly, as far as like lore and like looks go and things, I actually really like Fate. I when we were in that process of creating Fate, I love the
I
whole
messed up.
magical spiel.
What do I do with this space? I messed it up.
Steven, you're doing great.
Oh, I'll
Draw
put this
hair.
here.
Give him more hair or something, Steven. It's your style.
Yeah,
you're doing
right.
great. Look, even chat saying you're doing great. You're doing well. Just go. But yeah, I actually really love Fate. The first legend I ever played in like closed beta was Queen Eye. So Queen Eye actually has a very special place in my heart. I do play her from time to time for sure. She definitely has a very special place in my heart, though. So I kind of, I guess, have multiple favorite
I
legends.
think this is close enough.
I think it looks good. Chat, y'all ready for the reveal? Y'all, look at this. Production, can we zoom in on this? Get like, ooh. Oh, wait, hold it right here. We're going to zoom in on it, chat. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it. It's going to be...
I've been training for
Wait,
this.
production's trying to zoom in right now. We're almost there.
How long is it? Oh,
zoom
wait.
in, zoom in, zoom in. Look, so this is Bovar and the art style.
You ruined the reveal with him by telling me it was Bodvar.
Steven, I didn't mean to ruin it. I'm sorry if that's how you felt. But hey, chat, y'all got a special...
Animal companion!
I'm dying.
Hey, kids, get out and draw today.
Dying here. Chat, y'all really got a very special treat. We're pretty much out of time, but y'all had such a special treat to see literally Steven draw practically live for y'all. And
What do you mean practically?
I mean, it was live, and I love it. I don't know why you.
I was working on that sketch for 2 hours before the broadcast.
I love this. Okay, we do gotta go. So a few quick reminders. We have other dev streams that happen during the week, so check out brawlhalla.com/schedule to find out what time do they pop up in your time zone. But we got Monday esports dev stream at 5 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday stream at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then Friday dev stream at 1 p.m. Eastern time as well. And chat, you know, let's give a big, like, I guess round of applause. I don't know, you want to like emote or something, but huge thanks to like Steven, our effects animator, for coming out, showing us a little bit behind the scenes of the process of making effects animations and stuff for epic crossovers.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for coming. All of you who are watching at school, that's awesome, dude. Draw in the margins of your notebook. Keep it going. I love you guys. This has been great.
Oh, so much love for Steven. Thank you so much, and we love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next time, all right? Bye, everyone. Mwah! Have a great day. Bye. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah!
Oh no!
Ah!